Hello, New Apple Times here, welcome to a new video. And Apple's Gather Round keynote just finished, and today we're going to do a roundup of everything that was announced and what the keynote consisted of. So it started with a video about this girl. It was quite fun actually. This girl running through the whole Apple Park campus and handing in something to Tim Cook, which ended up being the remote. Was quite fun. And then Tim Cook hit the stage, of course, talked a little bit about the Mac, the Apple stores. Actually, Apple stores have reached a milestone of 500 million visitors per year, which is quite a lot of visitors for Apple stores. And then it talked about iOS devices, saying that they will ship 2 billion, the 2 billionth Apple device, iOS device, shortly, which is quite a lot of Apple devices. And then he started talking about the iPhone 10 that has become the most selling smartphone in the world, which is quite a lot. And then we jumped to the Apple Watch. He started talking about the previous Apple Watches, saying it's the number one watch in the world, not just smartwatch, but watch. And then they talked about the three most important Apple Watch features, which were connectivity, activity, and health, and saying that the new watch was going to exceed in all of them. So this is the new Apple Watch Series 4, which has a bigger screen and a lot of new features that we'll go through. This is the promotional video. You probably remember this image. And first off is you notice the band, the digital crown here is redesigned. It now has taptic feedback and a sensor that combines with this that you see back here, which is pretty much an electrocardiogram. But we'll talk about that later. See, the back is fully redesigned. It's pretty beautiful actually. And the screen is also bigger. It's 40 and 44 millimeters, which is better in a bit more of screen real estate. I mean, a bit more of all these, the device itself. It's not exactly the same. Apparently, it's larger. And these are the two sizes. Larger display is 35% on the smaller one and 32% on the larger one. And 40 and 44 millimeters. This is how apps look in the biggest screen. You see they have more screen real estate, and taking advantage of that screen real estate, they have redesigned complications, made a ton of new ones, and ton of new watch faces. Well, actually, I think it's just this watch face, but you can customize it in several new ways, so you can have many different ones. They also redesigned the modular watch face that also now supports third-party apps. And then there's this new watch face for the Breathe app, which, it's nice if you use it. I personally almost never use it. And then also these new watch faces, which have several styles that kind of take advantage of the large display and and like bounce on the edges, and it's pretty nice. Then the digital crown has taptic feedback, as I said earlier, and the new it's not like all red, it's just that thin line. This is the back, and the speaker is 50% louder, which is pretty nice. And now the S4 is the first 64-bit dual-core chip on the Apple Watch, and the accelerometer and gyroscope are redesigned as well, and now detect falls and call SOS services. It will tell you if you can call it, or if you don't move at all in 1 minute, it will call it automatically. So now the heart sensor on the back has a lot of new features. Now tells you have a low heart rate, or if you have atrial fibrillation, and can now make an electrocardiogram. By placing your finger on the digital crown that has new sensors, and with the sensors at the back, it can now make an electrocardiogram, and will share it as a PDF document available in the health app for you to share it with your doctor. And yeah, then this guy came in, who's the president of the American Heart Association, talking about how good it was, and all of this is approved by the FDA, which is some organism in the United States. And because of that, for now, they said it's just available in the United States, but hopefully it will come to more countries soon. Then they talked about privacy, and yeah. So this is pretty much the Apple Watch Series 4, which will be available for pre-order. Well, also it has all-day battery life, pretty much the same as earlier generations. Really ecological stuff. And yeah, there are these 3 new colors, which are the silver, gold, and space gray. Of course, the Nike Plus and this Nike nylon band or sports loop, I think it's called, now has some reflective stuff to make you more visible at night, which is nice. And yeah, the Series 4 starts at $399 with GPS and $499 with cellular. The Series 3 has been lowered to $279, which is quite nice. And it will start shipping in all these countries, including Spain. Yay! Available for pre-order this Friday 14th, and will start shipping next Friday 21st. The LTE model is quite nice because it's available in all of these countries. It's included in Spain, which it wasn't before. And yeah, WatchOS 5 will be available on September 17th, which is next Monday. Now Tim Cook started talking about the iPhone, how good it is for AR, and yeah, we saw a video for the iPhone XS and XS Max. Phil Schiller hit the stage and started talking about it, saying it has the most durable glass ever in a smartphone, 3 new finishes, well, actually 3 finishes, 1 new one, which is the gold, stainless steel, of course, IP68 water resistant, which is pretty nice. The other one was IP67, which was 1 meter for 30 minutes, so it's nice. And they said they tested it with several liquids such as tea, beer, water, and yeah, many liquids. These are the 5.8-inch OLED display. This is the iPhone 8 Plus, and yeah, you can watch HDR movies. It has 60% greater dynamic range. And there's the iPhone X Max, which has a 6.5-inch Super Retina OLED display with a lot of pixels. And yeah, it can have the dual, like the iPad does, like having two things at the same time on the screen, just like the iPhone Plus models. And yeah, they also have stereo sound, which is wider than before and louder. Also, Face ID remains the same, but it's now quite faster because of faster algorithms and faster secure enclave, which are powered by the A12 Bionic. That's the first 7nm chip in the industry, which is quite remarkable, and is able to pack all of these transistors. And then the 4-core and 6-core CPU. These are everything that the A12 chip has inside, which is pretty much a lot of power, and can't wait to see what the Geekbench scores for these are. And yeah, these are all the operations that the A11 was able to do in 1 second, and these are all the operations that the new A12 is able to do in 1 second. So yeah. Also, this allows for high 512GB configuration in the iPhone 10s and 10s Max. And yeah, now they started talking also about machine learning and AR and Siri shortcuts. They did a little demo as well. And Core ML, that's nine times faster and at 1/10 of the energy, which is quite remarkable. And then AR, as I said, a lot of things. And then this talked about new apps, as always, new demos. We had 3 demos that are Elder Scroll Blades. That's a really intensive game. Then we had the Steve Nash, which is a basketball player, and he talked about Home Court, which is a basketball app to help get your technique better. That you shoot basically at it, and it doesn't need to have any sensor or anything in the ball, and it takes a lot of metrics with every single shot, which is quite nice, and a lot of stats. And finally is AR Arcade, that allows you to do many battles in AR with your friends, which is nice. And next, the camera. They have made a lot of photos. This one we took with an iPhone 10, I believe, was in the Time magazine cover, which is pretty good. And yeah, then new cameras with a lot of new tech, and image signal processor, which makes photos even better, and combine them with a neural engine, and they can do 1 trillion operations per photo, which is a lot of operations if you think about it, to deliver good photos. You also have Smart HDR, which takes a lot of photos and chooses only the best ones to provide photos like these ones. I mean, look at the detail in the hair, it's quite good. Also in this one, and this portrait photo. And then they made adjustments to the bokeh, which is the portrait photo, for example this photo, and now you can change the aperture after you took the photo, and the background changes with it, so that's quite good. And now with the video, it's able to record stereo sound, of course, at 4K, which is quite nice. All this was from a video that they played that was recorded with the iPhone, and yeah, it's all the iPhone does for recording video. As for the batteries, the iPhone XS has 30 minutes more battery than the iPhone 10. The XS Max, an hour and a half. So yeah, that's a lot. And then it has the best worldwide roaming and dual SIM with one Apple SIM and a regular SIM with a new technology called dual SIM dual standby, which basically is like waiting for both lines to get a call, and you get whatever call calls no matter what line they come from. And yeah, it tells you what line it is, and they have a line with all these carriers, probably only hit in the US, but they will grow. And for China, they have a traditional dual SIM with both SIMs in the SIM tray, which is clever, one on each side. And yeah, this is all the iPhone XS has. Now this lady hit the stage to talk about how Apple is really green and ecological, having hit the landmark of 100% renewable energy this year, not only in the Apple Park, but also all data centers. And also they want to make all iPhones from these recycled materials in the future, for which they need a lot of things. And for example, the iPhone XS has a lot of recycled materials in it. And then yeah, also devices last longer, so users have to replace them less frequently, which leads to less waste and less residues. And then it's the iPhone XR, which is in 6 new colors: black, red, yellow, this coral, blue and white. And yeah, I really don't know what the R stands for, but it better be something. And yeah, it's basically the iPhone 10, just like Apple did with the iPhone 5, that it discontinued the iPhone 5 and introduced the iPhone 5C. It's basically an iPhone 10, but with a few differences and a cheaper price. It has an LCD display, which is called Liquid Retina. It has pretty much the same look as the iPhone 10, but it has a 6.1-inch display, no 3D touch. Instead you have haptic touch, which is basically a long press, and all the technology of Face ID, the A12 Bionic, which really impressed me, and a 12 megapixel wide angle camera, but only one camera. So yeah, however, it is able of taking portrait photos. So yeah, really nice. Of course, in the front you have the true depth camera because you have all the Face ID tech, and yeah, you are able to take selfies like this one. Battery lasts an hour and a half more than the iPhone X Plus, and yeah, these are all the things that you have. And of course, it's also very responsible with the environment. And yeah, this is a video they played. And the iPhone XR is available in 64, 128 and 256 gigabytes, and starts from $749 and will pre-order on October 19th and be available on October 26th. The iPhone XS Max and XS will be, the iPhone XS will be available in 64, 256 and 512 gigabytes and start from $999, and the iPhone XS Max pretty much the same, but start from $1099, which is quite pricey, and I just saw. And in Spain, the 512 gigabytes, it's almost €1,700, which is insane for an iPhone, a mobile phone, a device. It's a huge amount of money. So yeah, pre-order September 14th, which is this Friday, and available September 21st on all these countries, and September 28th on all of these countries. This is the whole Apple lineup, iPhone lineup, sorry, and iOS 12 will be available next Monday, September 17th. Finally, Tim Cook hit the stage again to announce a new feature for the HomePod that will be coming as well on September 17th, as well as tvOS 12 with Dolby Atmos support, and macOS Mojave will be coming September 24th. So yeah, this was pretty much the keynote. I hope you enjoyed this summary. I will be posting many more videos if they are not already posted, so go check them out. And yeah, thank you very much for watching if you stuck this long. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on Instagram to stay up to date with the latest news and be able to cooperate and decide stuff about my videos. And yeah, thank you very, very, very much for watching, especially on this video. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.